Hello everyone, welcome back to Dark Souls 2. We are here in Aldia's Keep again, because
Woo!
we were in a part where I told you guys to ignore it. This is the reason why, and we are nice and hollow because we're about to activate a very fun quest chain. Introduce yourself, weird man who is in a chair.
Well, you're nicely hollowed, aren't you?
I am.
Are you tormented by memories? Burdened by guilt? Now the question, are you ready for more? If you are, then we ought to talk.
If you're telling me to murder, then go on.
This contains my power. Long ago, this naive vessel of mine set about devising
Oh, that sounds like someone we know.
The fool dreamt of bringing new forms of magic into the world. But instead, he created me. Mostly by chance, but he did a fine job, I must say. What he sought was strength, and so I decided to demonstrate. While my vessel slept, I'd find my mark and hunt him down. But my vessel did not approve. And so while I slept, he sealed the both of us away.
Oh, tragic. Tell me
That
more
is
of your story, man.
No, I don't have anything against humans. But how is it that you go about defining good and evil?
Morals?
I'm only using what the gods gave me. How can that be so wrong?
No. I mean, there should be nothing
So
wrong with
what
that.
say you to a spot of murder on my behalf? If you don't, I'll leave this place and take more lives. Many more. I couldn't give a fig either way. So what's your choice?
That's a tempting offer. A guy is basically saying, hey, do you want to murder people? If not, I'll just murder people myself. Ooh, that's tempting. That's very tempting. What should I do? Of course I'm gonna murder!
Yes, I see.
yeah.
How very kind of you.
I mean, why the fuck wouldn't you?
Kill a merchant named Gilligan. A greedy,
Gilligan?
foul man. He won't be missed, I assure you.
Well, Lenigraz did mention he was a ruffian.
Yes. Bring me a ladder miniature as proof. Is the only person
So-
who have such an odd knick-knack.
What's his name again? Navlaan?
He hasn't revealed his name, but his name is known as the Chaos Sorcerer Navlaan.
Guys, I did not mean to give his name away.
Alright. But you know, speaking of ladder miniatures, I distinctly remember I bought one from Gilligan. So why don't we give it to him, and maybe he won't remember the fact that I'm just standing here.
Fine work.
So is Gilligan still alive?
Yeah,
This is
Gilligan's
my
alive.
thanks. Take it.
And
So
for
what is-
quote-unquote murdering Gilligan, we acquire the
Now let's
spelling ring.
discuss our next mark.
But first, our next target's murder. But
Who's
before
next?
then, I will explain what this ring does, because it's kind of a cool one. It is a protective ring set with gemstones of 4 different colors, increases the wearer's resistance to magic, lightning, fire, and dark. The artistry required to attune the varying powers of 4 different stones within one ring could only be described as transcendental. There is only one sorcerer who could have done this, a man from the lost land of Ulithis. But, never mind. Let's discuss more murder with this man.
I want you to kill one more.
Yeah.
Your target
Who's next?
will be Kale, the man who's drafting the
Kale?
map. While I was trapped in here, he touched me, that maniac, like I was some rare specimen.
How horrible!
He wore a strange helm. Bring it back as proof.
So
What is my choice? Yes.
Yes, I knew I could count on you.
You can count on me, man. I am always down for
Perhaps
murder.
this will slake my thirst.
Oh, it shall. We're gonna go pay a visit to Kale. So we'll be back in Majula very quickly. doing, buddy? I've got a present for you. It may or may not be death, because I don't have patience for to get your helm the other means. So piss off, bastard. And for killing Kale, he drops his helm, and we can later buy his armor set, but from Miss Melentia. You can get his armor by a normal non-killing means by basically filling up all 8 points of this map. Unfortunately, to do that requires me to beat the game, in which I have not done so. So, yeah. We'll be right back with Mr. Navlaan to show him our proof of murdering him. Oi, Navlaan. I got some proof for ya.
Fine work. This is my thanks. Take it.
I shall. And for killing Mr. Kale, we get a Simpleton Spice.
Now let's discuss our next mark.
We still have more murder to commit.
I want you to kill one more.
Oh, I shall.
Your target is Felkin the Hexer.
Not Falcon.
As proof,
Falcon.
bring me that peculiar scepter of his.
Your scepter.
What do you say?
Yes, I'll do it.
Yes. Very good.
So do we actually need to kill him, or?
Well, good say what you probably don't remember it, but I killed a mimic here in Aldia's keep, like when I first came. And, you know, it just so happens when I killed it, it gave me a second sunset staff. So why don't we give it to him to fool him once more? Because Falcon's cool. I'm not gonna murder him.
This is my thanks. Take it.
Besides, it's not like Navlaan realizes that I left. And for quote-unquote murdering Falcon, we get the Forbidden Sun
Now
Pyromancy.
let's discuss something more.
Woohoo!
Something
That
about
thing's fun.
thorns, he says. Ooh.
Well, that forbidden son.
Yes, the Forbidden Sun is a pyromancy that you probably saw Thomas throw at me a lot back in Shulva. For the pyromancy was developed in Aldian rites. Fires a giant fireball with a wildly encompassing explosion. What would justify such excessive destructive power? It is all likelihood that the madmen of Aldia never even questioned the need. Makes sense, really. Anyway, Navlaan, what is my final mark?
You could kill a dozen like that, and it wouldn't matter. I want you to kill someone of import.
Oh?
I want you to kill the girl in Majula, known as the Muse. They say that she is the last firekeeper,
Last firekeeper.
but they say a lot of things.
I suppose people do.
That she's a gentle shepherd, lighting the way for you cursed fools.
That couldn't possibly be.
I think I know exactly who it is.
Once she is dead, I will have no regrets, and I will be content to remain here.
Well, if that's what you say, Navlaan, I could do
The
that for
girl
you.
will have a peculiar feather. Bring it to me.
I consider it
Now
done.
go along.
Consider it so done, even more so to the fact that, we might have accidentally murdered the Emerald Herald off screen on accident. Because I was screwing around with her, like, just lobbing random, like, sorceries and whatnot. And unfortunately, one of the sorceries I tested murdered her in one shot on accident. So, yeah, she's kind of dead.
And I completely lost my shit.
Good. Oh, that is very good.
Oh, dude, leave me alone. I'm discussing murder business with...
Take it.
I'm discussing murder business with Navlaan. Sorry. And we get the Unleash Magic, like, sorcery. I'll discuss what you can do now that we have actually, you know, did Navlaan's little dirty work. Before, you know, after I finish murdering this fool who is very rudely interrupting me. Come on. Come on, Kaladin. I know you're here. Come on down. Where are you? I know you're here. Don't make a liar of me. I saw you. I saw your name. Well, I guess in the meantime, while I'm awaiting him, let's read up our new sorcery that we got. Unleash magic boosts magic within the body beyond even its own limits, but at great cost to HP. The terrible deeds carried out in Aldia led to the unintentional birth of several shadowy things, all of them eerily malformed. So kind of giving more of an insight to, horrendous stuff went terribly wrong back in here, which is kind of no surprise. Ah, there you are, good sir. There you are. Hello. Yes, hello, hello. I see you have a spear that is on fire. Permit me to say that I don't really care. For me, if I say that... Oh my god. Ooh.
Any better time to... That is now.
Aha, no. A backstab for you. Wow. That was the throwing knife that basically killed me. I think that was your spear that he was using.
Good about.
I think that was actually. Yeah, it totally is. 'Cause it looks like it from the image I saw. Like with horn effects. Well then. That didn't work quite well. Not quite well at all. Well, since we have been killed again, but we can now talk to Navlaan, now that we've, committed all of the murder for him in the world, leaving him very content and happy being in his new cage. And if we continue to be hollow, he has a few things he can do for us now, which is kind of helpful. Also, I'm gonna murder this basilisk again. Goodbye, you creepy, googly-eyed freak. I'll take more of all the fire drake stone from you. I don't need my pissing souls anyway. It's not like I have a soul deficit or something. Anyway, Navlaan, before we were rudely interrupted, what were you going to say?
What do you require? You've been good to me. Go on. Tell me what you need.
So yes, we can actually use Navlaan as a merchant actually if we're hollow now. Basically, he sells the astrologist gear and the black witch's gear as well. He sells the thunder quartz ring +2. He sells a bunch of great arrows. He sells a ton of bonfire aesthetics and some other stuff that I won't be using, and the great magic weapon and great strong magic shield. And I believe if we talk to him once more, he should have something else to say.
These are for you.
Also, this is also for murdering everyone. For a side quest, we get his set, the chaos set.
Don't mind the specks of blood.
Well, I find it homely. But yeah, that's all. That is all for now.
As you wish.
Of course, sir. See how this robe looks. Pretty silly, unfortunately.
That's really silly. My goodness.
Very bright. Chaos pants, even sillier.
What about the hood?
The hood is pretty silly, I can assure you. In fact, here's a good close-up of that hood of his. It's like
That is strange.
It's like a gimp mask. Also, it does like boost my intelligence to +3, even though to by 2. So now I'm by 2 more from what I had before. And this is the hood worn by a chaos sorcerer. He calls himself Navlaan now. You never know about him. It's basically all you hear from his set. It's like he's just known as Navlaan now. There's a theory involving Navlaan in terms of his origins, in which potentially this is who we are speaking to right now is actually Aldia. At least what's left of Aldia. I do believe. I'm going to see if I can trick him with this.
What do you require?
No,
Well,
Dead Ring does not fool him. But the only reason I say this is, if we were to talk to Navlaan, if we are human, and actual human, and not just pretend human, let's see what he has to say.
I haven't said anything strange, have I?
Sounds very different.
I have absolutely no intention of leaving here.
Well, it's good because your other self just already said he doesn't want to leave.
Attempt to help me. Just let me sit here and wither quietly away. Please, just stay away. No, please, don't come near me. Nothing good will come of it. Just leave me alone, please. Leave this place and leave me be, as I'd not see any harm befall you.
The good old Jekyll and Hyde Jekyll and Hyde routine. So nice.
Indeed it is.
So yeah, with basically Navlaan kind of dealing with Navlaan stuff, I think it's time that we finally leave him alone, since he's kind of happy with himself now. So, with that bit of murder, we will catch you guys in the next episode. Bye!
Bye.